Oh, there she is. Hold on a sec. I was just going to tell a fascinating story that I'll just have to leave for another time. Remind me.
Fascinating story.
Yeah, remind me. Dina, how
What's
are you?
going on?
First of all, most important question: did you bring me a doggy bag?
No, we like I rushed out. I wasn't even done eating.
Oh, we should have done that.
Well, that's all right. It's chicken wings. I'll get chicken wings again. But
So, reaction to today's activities.
oh my God, I haven't even. I was live streaming with the streamer in the United Kingdom, so I didn't get to hear all of everything what happened, but I did know that the Acker guys are in.
Aka is in.
Aka. I got to try to say that. Aka guys are in, so that really made me really happy because you never know with Auntie Bev.
Well, you heard how I use that word exercised she was at first.
Yeah.
She was, the stuff you're saying is so, intentional misrepresentation, flagrant violation, no candor.
Oh my, you want to wring her neck. I'm not saying that
in a nice way.
Yeah, in a nice way, because God only knows charges will come out. I mean, they're really playing around with everything. And I just don't understand how the world above her kind of like, they have to be looking at her going like, what are you doing? It's so blatantly obvious how much she hates the defense.
Well, it makes you wonder if those above, whether it be Morrissey or higher up, if they aren't condoning it.
Well, it's almost like they are condoning it because it's opening up into Pandora's box. It really is. I mean, in my point of view is this corruption has been going on for years, and to me it dates back to the Whitey Bulger days, and it's a lot of people's heads are going to roll because they've all dipped their fingers into Pandora's box. You know what I mean? Like it's like, all right, so Bev's on the take with somebody else. Morrissey has some goods on somebody else. Somebody else has goods on somebody. So as you climb up the ladder of who's going to get exposed, the one above them is going to get exposed, and
it's got to stop somewhere.
But
who's the top? Who's the top?
Exactly. Are we going back to Deval Patrick days and everything? Like, I mean, Deval Patrick put her in anyways. So I mean, it's somewhere, somehow it's got to stop somewhere, but where that leads to, I mean.
Yeah, some people say the appointment process is part of the problem.
Oh my God!
Why don't you just vote for judges here? What the hell's wrong with you?
People got to go out when you have your small town elections, whether it's the school committee, the planning board, select boards, mayors. It all makes a difference. I've been voting since I was 18 years old. My social studies teacher, shout out to Mr. Nuttall. I don't even know if he's still alive. He was a great teacher, and I was of age in my last year high school. I was 18 years old, and I was a terrible student. Let me just tell you.
Come on.
Well, I thought Arkansas and Arkansas were two different places, but okay. That's another story. But he encouraged me, really. We played games in his classroom, and he really encouraged me about town elections. And since the age of 18, I've always voted in town elections. No matter what election it is, I'm out there. And whatever someone needs a paper, whether I agree with them or not, they have the right to, seek any type of seat that they want. And it's really important because you're seeing right now in the world is here in Canton, you're seeing what a school committee member can do, what a select board member can do, what a planning board, it's playing out live across the world right now. So your vote counts. Don't ever think that it doesn't. Yep. It does. Yep. And that's where it begins, is who's corrupting down in these smaller positions. And who do they know? Who is their cousin? Who is their sister? Who did their sister marry? That all makes a difference when it comes to all these laws being violated. Yeah. So it's really important.
I say if you don't vote, you don't get to piss and moan.
Oh, absolutely. Right? You don't get to piss and moan.
Okay, so obviously in this courthouse behind us, some good stuff.
Oh my God, we were sweating what was going to happen today because we've seen the evil side of people that hold control over the laws here. And, I'm so grateful Aiden isn't in. Aiden has spoke out for all of us. He's representing all of it. And I really feel that's true journalism too, is what he does. Some people might not like the way he does it, but you know what? He's exposing a lot of stuff that has needed to be exposed for a long time. So I am so grateful he is not. They didn't revoke his bail.
I know
really
he was. I talked to him this morning when they were still under the impression that it was going to be just pro forma, pop in, arraignment, and he's feeling pretty good. But you could tell, and he admitted, you never know until it happens. And then look how they sandbagged.
Oh my God! And to sandbag him like that, like, we find out bits and pieces as people come out of court and everything else. But like to do that to Bradel, another lawyer, their brothers and sisters, and they have a bond, like I guess police have a bond, and it was off the table, and then all of a sudden it went back on the table. What a shitbag move. And we're talking about Cosgrove, who in one of Aiden's sessions, Cosgrove came in to give Aiden Bradel copies of text messages from the fake victim, like their cell phones, and he pulled it out of a smart food popcorn bag, like one of those giant ones from like BJ's. I almost fell off my seat in the courtroom. I'm like, here's this paid former judge, and he's pulling paperwork out of a popcorn bag.
Like a homeless guy.
Oh my God, you would have thought he was a homeless guy. And it's just, each time you come to court, you almost get a punch in the gut of how evil this really is. Right here in Massachusetts, it's a fight with good against evil, and they're trying to beat us down pretty bad, and we're Massachusetts people. We're in for the long haul.
Do you think that's why people have resonated to this case? It's like this Goliath, kind of problem here.
Well, there's so much to answer to that. People have known corruption's going on, and for a long time, and did we really know how bad it really is? People that are connected into the corruption here, some people know more than others, and we're finding out as time goes on how much corruption there really is here. And it's very sad. It's very frightening. People don't realize when any of the people on boots on the ground, for instance, we're out here, our faces are exposed. We get hammered out here, and we have frightening things happen to us. They showed last night, Channel 5 did an interview with the Proctors, and there's a lot of people in the world who are like, all those poor things. Michael Proctor did some really crappy stuff. And that's not how he should act when he took an oath. But not only that, is people in the movement, Lizzie Proctor called people's work to try to get them fired. Why didn't Channel 5 air that on TV? There's two sides. There's three sides to every story. Each side and then the truth in the middle. So each side has done stuff that's probably not colorful. And we all have to take responsibility for mistakes that we've made. But, the mainstream media just refuses to air both sides. And it's sad. You have to get both sides by going on social media and finding it. And thank God we have people like Tom CPU out there. We have Alternate Corner out there. They have the channel Resistant to Silence that I'm always on. It's the People's Channel. We're out there. And of course, my favorite, the Glare, he's out there doing it too. I mean, Melanie Little, you got Nurse Kim, you got Emily D. Baker. Like, that's where you got to get your information. And as well as you guys.
I knew you would get to Justice Serve TV eventually.
But I had to say a little bit to you, like, you're out here now, you know what I mean? And you're making the time to talk to the people here that are fighting for everything. And we can't repay anybody, you guys, enough of what we're doing. How can we thank everyone for getting the word out there? It's important. This is an important fight. If we don't win this fight, I think we will in the end. But if we don't sit there and hang on and put our dukes up and really keep this fight going, and we need everybody out there, this is never going to happen again. We're never going to have this opportunity to break the corruption that's here in Massachusetts. It's longstanding. It's been here a long time. And I want to leave the world a better place for my grandchildren. I don't want to have my grandson or my granddaughter drive down the road and possibly be killed or murdered and it covered up and not know what actually truly happened for them. And the most important thing is, whether you're out there and you believe whether Karen Read is guilty or not guilty, let's put that aside right now. Take that You should be outraged that the way the investigation went, there's possibly never going to be justice for Boston police officer John O'Keefe, and that should have everybody screaming from the walls.
That's just what I was talking about. Now we were talking about somebody had asked about Paul O'Keefe being in the courtroom and kind of mean-eyeing, some folks. And I said, if I understand their loss, and that's sad, I'd be mad at the prosecution. I'd be mad at law enforcement. That's where I'd focus my anger. So let me ask you this: we're in Stoughton, another little case going on here. Give me your thoughts on that, Sandra Birchmore case.
Disgust, absolute disgust that a woman, and she was a woman now when she was murdered, but as a child, she looked up to law enforcement, and you want to trust them and everything, and to have her, I'm losing my word that I wanted to have her schooled. I don't even know what to call it, and sexualized like that by people that are supposed to be trusted in a program that is worldwide.
So this is for those who don't, the two people that don't know. Sandra Birchmore obviously was an explorer. I think that's what we would call him.
Program
right, with the police, and became friendly with an officer and had a relationship with that officer. And then at age 23 was pregnant and killed herself. That was the original determination by the medical examiner, correct? Suicide. Yes. And then along came a civil family investigation with Linda Kenny Bodden's husband, Dr. Michael Bodden, who determined that you're nuts. This is, this is a medical term. He said, you're nuts. He said, this was not suicide. And then the feds got their own expert who basically came in and came to that same conclusion. Where's that case now? Do you know?
Oh, look at how quiet it's been.
Very.
It's very quiet. The officer, you see, I'm so nervous. I'm forgetting words. Hartwell.
Yeah, you're nervous. She's just so shy.
It's sort of like quiet. So is he dropping names? What's going on? Are they putting it off because it all has all of these cases have connections, and it's like they keep putting stuff off to see what happens with the next case. And people, we have a lot of people down here for the Karen Reed case, but Mizzy is still out there fighting for Sandra Birchmore. And right now it's just like they keep on postponing court dates and stuff. So it's right now, I'm not 100% up on exactly where it stands. He's going to court soon. But I think, is he spilling the beans?
I always get his name is Falwell, right?
Farwell. They keep on putting it off. So we don't know. This whole federal investigation, like you can't get answers. I even called the FBI the day that Brennan said.
Did you ask them nicely?
I asked them nicely. I even gave them my name. They have a file on me already. So I gave them my name and I'm like, look, I was just in court and I would like to know, is this case closed? Like if it was closed, you think they would say it's been closed, but it's not. They won't give any comments. So
how come everybody's saying it is? They're saying it's over, it's done.
Who's saying it is?
Well, yeah.
Rafferty that writes notes on Post-it things and says
that's the police chief. That's the Canton police chief.
And
I've never seen her. Is she a real person?
She is a real person, and she's got. If you've ever seen a killer's eyes, and they got those beady dark killer,
no pupil, just like black eyes.
Helena Rafferty, and she has an air about her. I have no respect for her at all. I just don't. She's going to end up going to jail big time. But it just seems, all these cases have all the same players, or a majority of the same players. And it's just frightening how much stuff they're getting away with and how much the court system is just putting stuff off. What do they call it? The wheels of justice spin slowly. Well, jeepers,
grinding over people.
Yeah, they're grinding over people. Exactly. It's just, we're in here for a fight, and we're never going to give up what we're doing and exposing this stuff. But, I wish the FBI would throw some breadcrumbs out to us, I really do, because it inspires us and give us hope. But the investigation, just because I've said it before, just because one door closes, if it's true, it doesn't mean that one closed door didn't open three more. They could possibly be done with the investigation And the investigation they were doing was an investigation of the investigation.
Right.
It wasn't
Exactly.
an investigation into John O'Keefe. It's an investigation of how the investigation went into John O'Keefe's death, the Boston police officer.
And that's why Elizabeth Proctor was so out front about it. John Proctor's been just, beat up, and it's unfair. And now this investigation has cleared him, basically, is what she's saying.
Yeah, she can wish it. You know what? He did this to himself. He completely did this to himself. His words, his actions, all of it. I don't feel bad for him at all. What he did was deplorable. When you take an oath of office, you are held to a higher standard, and he broke every rule there is, every rule. So I don't feel pity for her. I don't. She should have left him a long time ago with what is any sane person looking at this would be like, that's my husband. Like, what are you, out of your mind? I wonder how her mother feels about it, if her mother's alive. But how do you, or her father feels about a husband talking like this that his daughter's married to? Like, it's disgusting. He's disgusting. He broke an oath.
Think he'll testify?
I don't know if he's got the balls to testify.
Okay.
Honestly, because things are going to have to happen, and with this next trial, they're going to impeach themselves. Their stories are going to change because they're all covering. We don't know who's talked, who spilled beans, who's done whatever. But
that would be so dumb when you have testimony from trial number one. If you stray from that very much, it's going to come back and bite you in the ass.
They're that dumb to have that bite them in the ass, and it's going to. But not only that, the second trial, I think a lot more questions and stuff is going to come out in this one, and it's really going to bury them. They did a lot of wrong things here. A lot of wrong things.
Usually we see in a retrial, things get tightened up, just by most of the time, either witnesses are there's less you need from them, or you even dump witnesses. I get the feeling this was going longer than the first one.
Well, to be honest, I'm just praying that we all know what the weather was, so they can cut that whole 2 weeks worth of weather out. I think there's going to be a lot more hot.
The ground was hard as a rock.
I know. Oh my God.
You didn't know that before.
Well, yeah, I apparently know now. But 34 Fairview, like if you look at all the video that the prosecution showed, like pictures and stuff of 34 Fairview, you think it's like a football field out there. It's a tiny yard. Yeah. I encourage anyone in the area, go drive by it.
Yeah, go knock on the door of the new owner. So they'd love to see you.
They're very nice people.
Are they really nice?
Yeah.
I felt sorry for them because of this whole thing.
They didn't even know about it. But when you drive
in there, and I call it normal.
Like, oh my God, like where John's body was, how could you not see that? Like it's just,
unless you're blind drunk, perhaps.
And the way the road is, lines and stuff, there's no understanding. And I don't think you get a true understanding after what the prosecution showed in court. You were like, well, maybe they didn't see a body or whatever. There's no way Lucky Loughran would have not seen that body. And kudos to Lucky Loughran. What a decent man. What a decent, hard, blue-collar worker he is. He knows his job. He knows it inside out. And he got up there and told the truth. And kudos to him. I think they were going to try to blame it on Lucky. I think whatever happened, they were going to just toss John's body out in the, front yard and be like, oh, Lucky, he was drunk and Lucky must have hit him. Right. And they never accounted for how that scenario was going to change.
It's important you mentioned the spatial orientation, and they had the jury view the first time, and they had the car parked out there. But now, and Lally was okay with that, right? Mm-hmm. They had the car parked on the curb somewhere near where it might have been. Of course, it was, blazing sun and not anywhere near the same conditions. Now the Commonwealth says we're okay with the view, but we don't want the car there.
Yeah.
What do you think of that?
I don't know, because if you remember from the first trial, when they had the viewing, Lally had said something to like the jurors, like, or somebody like, make sure you look at the console or something like that. Like, so I don't know, bring the car in. If you have the truth on your side, you shouldn't have to worry, but here in Massachusetts, you do a little bit. But if you have a firm believer that the truth will set you free, the truth is going to set Karen free. So bring it. She's very confident in everything that she talks about, and she's not afraid for the stuff to come out. You know what I mean? So I bring the car, bring whatever Spanky thinks he wants to bring it on, Spanky. The defense is there. The defense is ready. There's a great team behind them. I mean, Alessi's unbelievable. You got Weinberg in court with the appeal. I mean, you got Yannetti, and Alan Jackson's just amazing. So, and Liza Little. Let's not forget Liza Little.
She had a big day today.
Oh, yeah. Liza Little is just so much respect for a woman, and they're fighting for that. And then it goes to show with Karen too. The women in this whole entire case, other than Bev Canoni, the women in the movement, the Karen up there, her parent, her mom and stuff, are very strong individuals, and it's showing the world how strong we can be. But bring it all on. We'll combat whatever you bring at us.
One thing I've noticed is the prosecution wants to limit stuff, a lot of stuff. Like defense, would you just plead guilty and we'll get over this whole thing? They want everything out. It's not really a good way to educate a jury about a case.
Well, you're going to see a whole different kind of game being played this time. Spanky's really trying to just do everything he can to just no stops out, and the defense is just coming back like, okay, here's this, you know what I mean? And it's a fight, and I'm not afraid. I want it. You know what? We're going to trial. Let's go to trial.
I mean, it's an adversarial proceeding. That's how the truth is supposed to come out, right?
Yeah. Well, it makes you really wonder about our whole judicial system now. I'm not the brightest bulb on the block.
Oh, come on.
No, I really truly are. And we learned the Daubert hearings, I call them the doobie hearings. Like, why doesn't everyone smoke pot and just talk about it with everybody? Like, and then you got the hearings, motions and lemonade. It's like more lemonade. Like, we're making up things to this because, you know what I mean? It's a learning lesson for all of us. I never paid attention in school, and I've really never gone through the court system. So everything, like, it hits you. I find myself Googling, like, what is this? So
you know more about Rule 14 than I'll ever know.
All these rules and everything, it's just mind-blowing, but it's teaching the world a lot to pay attention, and it's every time something happens, it's a learning lesson.
We appreciate you being out there. And are you going to be there tomorrow? You are?
I can't be there tomorrow.
I can't be there either.
I have work. It isn't like the last thing. Believe it or not, the world thinks that we're all jobless and scumbags and we're all on welfare and all this other stuff. We're former drug addicts and everything else. Make up all the lies you want. The last trial, I was out because I have 4 herniated discs in my back, and I was in the middle of getting treatment. So I was afforded the time to be out there every day. This time I'm not. I'm up back at work. My treatments are all done. And I have to limit my time. I took today off, used some of my sick time and vacation time. And so I have to be sparingly with it. I will end up when and if the trial starts again, I will be part of the afternoon crew instead of the morning crew.
What do you do? Can I ask?
I open the gym for Planet Fitness.
Oh, yeah. All right.
So I have to get up at like 3 a.m. to get ready for work.
Yikes.
Yeah. So, and I work till like noon time. So I'll get out at noon. The courthouse is only 20 minutes away. Traffic shouldn't be too bad. So I'll buzz right over there and be part of the afternoon crew this time. But we ain't got no quit. We're in it. And I just want to say to everybody out there, whether you're boots on the ground out here, it doesn't matter. The people that are out there watching from other states and everything, we need you guys. We need you guys to keep on putting everything out there. We need people like you that are coming out and willing to talk to us and not portraying us as crazy individuals like they try to. And another thing is, this movement is not anti-police. I want to get that right. I actually worked for the police station for over 10 years. I was a matron. We're not an anti-police movement. I respect the police, but I respect the good police. I don't respect the corrupt police. And there's a huge difference. So please hammer that out there, everyone. It's not an anti-police movement. And just stay strong. We got Sandra Birchmore. We got Enrique Delgado Garcia. And there's more people. There's more. And it's all going to come out. Let's just pray that good triumphs evil.
As I've said, for you guys, it's like there's a major disease, and Karen Reed is a symptom, right? Okay, so glasses. You get a lot of feedback on the glasses.
I know
it's
gone crazy. All right, so listen.
Selling those.
I think they should sponsor us and give the money to Karen Reed, but It happened. I'm Italian. All right, folks, I'll show you guys. I have big dark bags and circles under my eyes. So when people see me or take pictures, it comes out in pictures like someone punched me in the face. So I started putting these little reading glasses on so that if you're looking at me, like you don't see my Italian eyes. And it's gone on this like craziness about the glasses. You know what? If it makes someone smile, if it makes someone's day, and whatever, it is what it is. I think it's hysterical. I mean, the dogs are wearing them, people are pulling up, t-shirts are being made now. So Kathy O'Grady's going to be selling t-shirts, and any of the money 100% goes to Karen Reed. So if it's a little bit of a week or two of blue glasses and it makes people smile, let it.
Good for you. I mean? Yeah.
It was a pleasure.
Oh, I'll see you around now.
We'll see you around.
We'll be chatting.
To everyone out there, keep us in your prayers for us to stay safe, especially Karen and her team. And we're fighting the good fight for everybody out there. So thanks for your support.
Okay. What'd you have for lunch? You had the wings?
Buffalo chicken wings. You can't smell them on me?
No.
I had buffalo chicken wings. They were really good. They're really good down at Crisp's down here. So the gang's all there.
Okay.
We always try to go to local businesses and wherever we are to sponsor local businesses and visit them. And everyone's been so hospitable. It really has been.
I mean, you guys are known, right? I mean, people know.
Yeah, usually. Well, I walked in today to the restaurant. I got my free Karen Reed shirt, and on the back it has everybody: Sandra Birchmore, John O'Keefe, everybody. And a guy goes, "You guys are really serious about this." He goes, "Like I give you prompts," and I was like, "Yeah, we're fighting the good fight, and that's what we're doing out here." And I just want to say before I get up and walk away is, let's not forget Boston Police Officer John O'Keefe. He is always in our thoughts, and we're fighting to get the truth about what truly happened to him.
Great.
So thank you.
Thank you again,
It's been
Dina.
a pleasure. Stay warm.
We'll see you next time.
All right.